In China, land disputes are the main cause of rural unrest. Local officials often sell land to developers without consulting farmers, pocketing most of the money. The latest dispute centers on the village of Panhe near the city of Wenzhou. Villagers claim their land was seized and sold to a metal company. One villager took to Sino to describe his plight. His name is Le Zhenlong. He wrote his national ID number and put his cell phone number in his post. He appealed to lawyers or any kind-hearted people willing to help. He writes, "The 5,000 villagers in Panhe, like me, are suffering like ants on a hot stove." The village committee sold all the land to developers. Over the past few years, they gradually sold off all our land without our knowledge, and we villagers didn't get 1 cent of compensation. He went on to describe how villagers tried to stop the metal company from opening a factory last June. He says they were attacked by police and gangsters, and that many elderly people and women were injured. In September, Liu says the villagers went to the administrative offices of Batsao to petition for help, but the town's cops beat them too. "I hope good people will come help us. Otherwise, the sky really will fall down on us." Panhe's story has gotten little attention from the Chinese media, but it's become a big deal among Western journalists in China. That's because a Dutch reporter, a French reporter, and a local Chinese assistant were attacked while trying to cover the story. One of those journalists, Remko Tanis, went to Panhe in mid-February, and he now joins us via Skype. So tell us what happened. You arrived early in the morning to talk to the villagers. And then what?
Yes, that's right. I've had quite some contact with the villagers before I actually went there. They said, yeah, it's good for you to come here and meet us early in the morning because the police are about up at around 8 a.m. So if you come before that, you can safely enter our village, and once you're here, we'll protect you.
What happened after that?
We talked there for about 2 hours, but into the second hour, other villagers came into the room and indicated that something was happening outside. And further into the second hour, the villagers clearly became more nervous, meaning they saw a few hundred men coming in towards the village. Men, they call them the police, but yet these men are ununiformed, they don't identify themselves, and once they arrived, things got quite rough.
What do you mean when you say that they got quite rough?
And what happened after that is that you have to see that in this building, in this room, there were, in the end, I think about 30 or 40 men actively beating both me and more severely, a lot more severely, the villagers over there.
What did they say when they started the beatings?
Of course, they confiscated my passport, my press card issued by the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You ask them, who are you to take my passport and my credentials? And these questions are just answered by more beatings or threats of beatings. And I have to note, I mean, they are very well aware of how far they can go with foreigners, especially foreign journalists. I saw villagers around me, the people I was talking to, having a lot rougher time than I did.
And how did you end up getting rescued?
All of a sudden, 2 men popped up who claimed to be with the local Foreign Affairs Office of the county where Panhe village is in. And they dragged me through the back room, through a back window, into a car and said, "We'll drive you out of here because it's not safe for you here." About 5 minutes after I was dragged out of there, we got pulled over in a car and beaten up again. So I think what's happening here is just a huge intimidation attempt by not just the local government. I think there are higher fields at play here to get foreign journalists and also villagers out of that area and out of covering this story.
To your knowledge, has the situation in Panhe settled down a bit?
For now, it's very difficult to assess whether the situation has changed. I think what's important here is that the national government says they want to stop things like this happening. And I'm not referring to foreign journalists being beaten up. I'm referring to local farmers getting their land taken away from them.
There are reports that the compensation that the farmers wanted has been paid.
They keep allowing local governments to do this and to intimidate whoever tries to block it, whether they're foreign journalists, but more importantly, local villagers trying to protect their income.
Thanks. Remko Tanis reports from China for the Netherlands Press Association.
Autonomous Airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.